We all carry scars, deep and undeniable marks left by moments we thought would destroy us. Perhaps yours came disguised as a farewell, a failed dream, or a love that simply refused to stay. It left an emptiness right where your strength used to be, a hollow echo in the chambers of your heart. I call it the bullet of longing. It's that single, sharp emotional truth that pierces you when you least expect it, reminding you of what you lost. It's not just sadness, it's the intense, burning pain of absence, demanding your full attention right now. For a long time, I treated that wound as a weakness, a shameful secret to hide beneath layers of forced composure. I built walls of busyness and indifference, hoping the concrete would somehow mute the relentless throbbing inside me. But pain held a relentless power. It showed me that avoidance only turns an open wound into a chronic infection, stealing your future energy. You can't outrun a ghost when it lives inside your own memory. That's a battle you always lose. I remember the nights I lay awake, tracing the outline of that emotional injury. It felt so unfair, so permanent, a cruel design flaw in the blueprint of my own existence. I was convinced I was broken beyond repair. It was in that deep, suffocating darkness that I finally understood the truth. This wound wasn't a punishment. It was merely a record of how much I had truly dared to care, a testament to the depth of my capacity for feeling. This intense longing, this bullet, was just the raw energy of unspent love. It was the potential for connection and passion that had nowhere else to go but inward, where it burned and caused its own kind of agonizing damage. So I stopped fighting the pain. I sat with the ache, not as an enemy, but as a difficult, demanding teacher. I allowed myself to feel the entirety of the loss without immediately trying to bandage it up with distractions. I realized the first step toward true healing wasn't about erasing the past, but about changing my relationship with the remaining void. The power wasn't in healing the wound, but in forgiving it. Forgiving the wound means accepting that the shape of your life changed forever on that one painful day. It means releasing the desperate hope that you can return to who you were before the impact. It is a brave act of surrender, a willingness to say, yes, this happened to me. Yes, it hurt. And yes, I am still worthy right here, right now, with this heavy knowledge inside me. The scar became a compass. It no longer points toward regret or sorrow, but guides me toward people and passions that honor the resilience it took to survive that kind of emotional hit. This wound, which once felt like a chain, became the anchor for a more grounded, honest version of myself. Because true wisdom is born not in comfort, but in the crucible of your deepest suffering. It taught me the difference between being merely alive and being profoundly present. When you have faced down the worst, you learn to cherish the simplest, most fleeting moments of light and grace. Every sunrise becomes a personal triumph, and every genuine laugh with a friend is an overwhelming gift. You see the vibrancy of life that others, still shielded by their innocence, often take for granted. Your longing is a signpost. It tells you what matters most, the values you hold sacred, the connections you crave, the dreams you refuse to let die, even after they've been injured. We spend so much time running from our vulnerabilities, yet they are precisely where our greatest strength lies. The softest parts of you are the most exposed, but they are also the most human. Don't let the intensity of the past paralyze your future. The energy that once fueled your heartbreak must now be consciously redirected to fuel your growth, your kindness, and your contribution. Take the memory of the impact, not as a source of bitterness, but as a reminder of your incredible capacity to endure. You survived the bullet. Now use that survival to build something beautiful. The world does not need perfect people. The world desperately needs people who are honest about their brokenness, yet committed to rising every single morning to share their hard-won wisdom. Let your vulnerability be your offering. Let your scars be the unique texture that only your story possesses, the evidence of a journey that was tough, necessary, and ultimately transformative. Look back at the shadow of that longing and thank it. Thank it for making you softer, stronger, more discerning, and utterly incapable of settling for anything less than a genuine life. You carry the memory, but the memory no longer carries you. You are the architect of your peace and the steward of your own deep, powerful heart. This is your greatest power. So, how do we finally forgive the wound that shaped us? We stop defining ourselves by the trauma and begin defining ourselves by the courage it took to heal. This is where true freedom lives. Never regret the pain that forces you to grow. The deepest wounds are simply the strongest foundations for the magnificent person you are destined to become.